Hello, this is Peter with another video, and today, as you can see, I'm not in my garden. I'm actually on an allotment plot. And what I'm showing you now is actually my new allotment plot. So I took this on yesterday. It's day is it today? 17th, Sunday the 17th of September today. So I've just come back to have another good look, see what we've got, anything that might be usable. This is a half-size plot. It's been divided at some point between from one big plot into two smaller plots. So I'm going to be using this to grow some interesting exotic style plants. Obviously here we're not able to give as much protection as I could in my garden, as we're a bit more out in the open here. So you're going to have to be careful what I plant, but you can still wrap things in fleece and stuff like that. And I've never really been much of a vegetable gardener, but I am going to have a go next year at trying to grow some vegetables. So yeah, I could use these raised beds which are already here, clear them out, and perhaps make use of them if they're still in good condition. So yeah, I'll do a quick tour of the plot. So yeah, this is the top of the plot here. I'll show you how far it goes down. So we've got all this area here, which is currently a raised bed area. Then down here we have some, looks like blackberries growing here. Probably need to keep on top of these so they don't spread too much. And then around here is the boundary. So this is the path between my plot and the plot beside me. And this one was actually also available to the right of me. But yeah, we'll just go down here. So this, I'm told, is a black currant. It does look like a black currant. I've got a couple of black currants in my garden. So here someone has actually started cultivating. The guy that was running it was telling me that that they planted some onions here. So we'll probably leave that and see what happens with them. Coming up here, pathway which is covered by this, I don't know if it's a pumpkin or a squash of some sort. Just go around it. See, there's some kind of pumpkin or squash. There's a few fruits. There's a few over here. See, there's actually a few fruits here. Looks like a pumpkin to me. I'm not an expert on these types of things though. Yeah, pretty decent. Couple of decent sized ones there. Might be a type of squash, I'm not sure. There's lots of different varieties of pumpkins and squashes and they all look similar to me. Yeah, there's actually another one down here as well. So there's at least a few of them. This corner here. There's another one there in the, it's like a different variety, I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm back at the bottom of the plot now. So yeah, as you can see, it's quite a daunting task ahead of me here. Not exactly sure where to start, but they did put this weed block down on the majority of it to try and kill all the weeds. Hopefully it'll be easier to plant stuff into the ground once that's uncovered. So one of the disadvantages to this particular allotment site is you're not allowed to have your own greenhouse or shed on your plot. But as a compromise, they do have these community greenhouses. Don't know how well you'll see them from my plot, but there's a few of them. But there's a waiting list to get on to get space in them. So it's probably going to be a while before I'm able to apply to have a space in one of the greenhouses. that's a possibility in the future. But yeah, for now I'm going to be mostly clearing this space out, make space to plant some things in the ground. I'm going to try and grow a few interesting fruit trees and bushes. Yeah, I've been thinking of using this space to plant some of the more exotic fruit trees and bushes that I grow that do better in the ground. I don't necessarily have the space in my garden to actually plant everything that I'd like in the ground. We can also do some experimentation as well in this area, see what can survive and what won't survive, and compare that to a sheltered garden as well. So that'll be interesting to try in the future. And also, of course, I will be trying to grow some different vegetables, as I mentioned earlier. It's my first time ever doing that. So yeah, today I'm just going to have a look around, see what I can find. There isn't any fruit trees planted on this particular plot. So yeah, some of the plots that I was showed that I could have chose from did have a few trees on them already matured. I thought it would be better to have something that wasn't really well established, so then I could plant things a little bit easier, get what I wanted to plant in the ground here. So yeah, I think what I'll probably do is I'll just have a look around and see if there's anything that I could repurpose. So yeah, I am thinking of planting the fruit trees at the top of the plot where this vine is at the minute. In this area, probably around here, probably about this area here would all be a few different fruit trees and bushes that I'll try and plant. I might try to grow some veg in the bottom. The reason I'm thinking of planting the trees on this side is because they on a slight slope, it's not a very steep one, so a gentle slope. And I was thinking with the south being this direction, the sun would rise in that direction, come over here, set over that direction, so that the trees at the top of the plot wouldn't shade any smaller plants out, so the taller trees could go at this side, and then at the bottom we'll have areas where I could plant any vegetables and things like that which don't really want to be in shade all the time from the larger trees. I think for the time being I'm going to try and make use of these raised beds, which seem in reasonable condition. So I'll probably use these to plant some veg in from next year. I'll start having a go at making this area into somewhere I could plant some trees, and then eventually expand it across. So it looks like someone has a fig tree over there. Somebody else's plot. Yeah, there's definitely looks like a fig tree. There's no leaves on it whatsoever, which is interesting. I have seen a few fig trees actually planted in people's allotments, and I'll definitely be planting a few fig trees myself. So yeah, this is just a quick overview. As I mentioned, I'll just be trying to prepare this whole space over winter. I'm not going to get it all done, of course. It's going to be a lot of work. And I've still got plenty of stuff to do in my own garden as well. So yeah, I actually put my name down on the list, thinking I would have quite a while to wait, because usually, these waiting lists can be years before you get onto them. But this waiting list had only just reopened after about a 3-year closure during COVID. So I guess I was quite near the top when I got my name on it. So I managed to get this already, which I guess timing wise probably not ideal, because as I mentioned, I've still got a lot of stuff to sort out in the garden as well. So I'm going to be trying to split my time between sorting out this allotment space and my garden. One of the good things about this site is the whole boundary is actually surrounded by trees, more or less all the way around. So yeah, you can see pretty much all the way around we have trees, which should help shelter from some of the winds. But I am kind of in the open here, in the middle of the plot, so probably not going to be quite as beneficial from the wind here, but yeah, should definitely help. that's just an overview of the space I've got. I'll do some further updates as I make progress with it in future videos. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And I'll be sure to let you all know how I get on with this new allotment space.